Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 47 of Build HMS Victory. If you joined me last week, I just finished off the top yard for the foremast, and now it's time to start working on the Mizzen mast. So the first step in the construction of the Mizzen mast is obviously just to lay your 8mm dowel on the plans, and I'm going to start marking all the positions for obviously where the deck position is, where the cheeks start, and the overall length of the mast. Now I'm going to mark obviously where it starts to touch the trussel trees. After just marking out all the points, I'm just cutting the mast to length. Okay, so we need to add a cheek to either side of the mast, and also to achieve that we need to add a flat spot. So obviously the best way to do that, to indicate where it needs flattening off, is just obviously just taking off cut of wood and just draw a pencil line down either side. Okay, so I've just put the mast into my vise, and now I'm just using my sharp craft knife, and I'm just going to start to taper the material to make the cheeks either side. It's not the safest way to do it, but I'm obviously quite experienced with obviously using a craft knife. It just saves time sanding. So after removing quite a lot of the material in the craft knife, I can just use 120 grit sandpaper, and obviously then 240 grit and a 400 grit, just to finish off the flat spots for the cheeks. Just lay on a piece and just check it fits nice. So I just need to cut the cheek to length. So basically do is obviously just lay it up against the mast and just use a pencil and mark the top, and then obviously just put in the bib in place, and I'm going to mark where the bib starts. So just put the cheek in my little vise, and I'm obviously just going to cut it length. But I make a bit of a mistake here, obviously, because I marked it for the bib as well. I actually cut it in the wrong line, so yeah, I'm going to have to cut another one. And this one fits a lot better. Okay, so I'm just gluing up for the bibs, and I found this to be the weakest part of the construction so far. When I've made ones before, I've had the bibs break off, so I'm going to do some more. I'll find another way of trying to join them parts. And then after the glue is dry, I'm just finishing off with a bit of sandpaper. A nice case of just gluing both cheeks on to the mast. Just using plenty of wood glue. So just iron it up into position, and I'll use some clamps to clamp it together. Okay, so while the glue's dry, now it's time to start working on the masthead. I've already pre-drilled 2 holes, 2 3mm holes, so then I can bring the both parts together. Okay, so it's back to the drawings. I'm just going to mark the overall length, which is 52mm, but I'm also leaving 5mm at the bottom and 5mm at the top. So obviously, so I can cut in some anchor points so they fit it to the mast. And now I'm just cutting the mast head length. Okay, so I've just clamped the masthead into my vise, and now it's time to start doing some tenon cuts. I'm just going to do one every phase, about 5mm deep. And I'm just going to keep turning the masthead round until I've cut all the 4 sides. I'm just taking my calipers. I'm just going to check the overall size. I need it to be 5mm square. It doesn't look too far off. Probably just need a little bit of sanding. So I'm just going to cut the last bottom section and the masthead, and this is the one that's going to join into the mast and also sit over the trussel trees. Okay, so after finishing off the masthead, it's now time to glue all the parts together. I'm just using a generous amount of wood glue. Start on top of the bibs, and also I'm going to glue the dowel, and I'm going to bring the 2 parts together. So I did some scratch built trussel trees. I actually recorded making them, but obviously when I played it back, it was just a case of my hand was in the way all the time. So sorry about that. But anyway, let's bring all the parts together. And hopefully it's a nice tight fit. These 8 battens that go around the masthead. So all I need to do is in between that is just slightly chamfer the corners. So just moving on to starting to carve a little bit of decoration. There's a little bit of decoration right at the bottom of the cheeks. It looks like it's slightly stepped down, so that's all I'm doing. Just using my craft knife and just trying to shape just a little bit of decoration. And then I'm just trying to blend it in with a little bit of sandpaper. Okay, so I took the mast back over to drawings. I'm just marking out position for the bands. There's 9 bands that run down the shaft. Obviously some under the cheeks, and also there's 5 that wrap around the cheeks. Okay, like I've done in previous videos, I'm just using some masking tape to reproduce the iron bands. I'm just obviously laid it on my cutting mat, and I'm just cutting it to 90mm. Obviously when it wraps around the mast, it makes a nice thickness. So obviously just working against the marks that I've made on the drawing, I'm just going to start to turn the masking tape, pulling it tight as I try and work it around the mast. When I pull it tight, it helps to keep it level, keep it square looking. And now I'm just going to secure the end with a little bit of super glue. So moving on to the bands that run around the cheeks. This one's a little bit more difficult. It's obviously because it has to be pressed into the corners of the cheeks. So on this time, what I'm doing is obviously I'm starting it off, and I'm going to work a little bit of super glue into all the corners, and obviously using a square edge, I can start to push it in to the super glue, so then it'll hold that corner, and then just keep wrapping it round. Obviously when we get to each corner of the cheek, adding a little bit more super glue and then pushing the band in. Okay, once you've done the first band, you can just wrap the remaining masking tape round without any having to use any super glue, as it will stick to the masking tape you've already fitted. And just keep working it round until you use it all up. Okay, so I'm just going to fill in the sections between the cheeks now, and also these would have gone under the cheeks. So all I'm doing is obviously just laying a masking tape on, working it into the corners, and I'm just going to cut it to length. Okay, so that's all the bands fitted to the lower mast. So I'm just fitting the last band around the masthead. There was 5 bands on the masthead for the Mizzen mast, so I've just obviously equalled it, divided it equally, and just fitting them now. And then, like before, I'm just going to seal it with a little bit of super glue. Okay, so in this section I'm just starting to add the battens. Like I showed you in the picture previously, there was 8 battens that wrapped around the masthead. Obviously 2 on each face. So what I'm doing now is just applying a little bit of super glue to the bands, and I'm just going to glue on these little slivers of wood. I cut these at anti-timber at 0.5mm by 1mm. I'm just going to press it into place, then I'm just going to trim off the top. That's all the 8 battens fitted to the masthead. Okay, so I'll just set my little temporary circular saw up. I just need to make some bolsters, obviously to go on the bottom of the masthead. So I'm just using some 6mm dowel, and I'm going to cut it straight in half to start with. Okay, so now it's been cut in half once. I'm just going to use the half and cut that into half as well. That's going to give me a nice quarter circle. So I'm going to bring the mast over. I'm just going to cut the bolsters to length and then fix them in place with some wood glue. Okay, so we're back at the plans. Now what I'm going to just do is mark the positions for the pin rail and the driver boom saddle. So after marking the positions on the drawings, I now can glue them in place. I actually made a little bit of a mistake when I fitted that band. Obviously I've not left enough room for that part to fit up, so just have to strip that back and then reattach it after I've glued in the pin rail in place. I'm going to glue this in place, and this will be cut a little bit short. For some reason my camera angle had kind of slipped down, so a little bit of this shot right of frame. So I'll just cut this and we'll move on. Okay, so that's the mast finished and fitted into Victory. To show you some other things I've been working on this last week as well. Anyway, well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.